final lesson of Module 6, which is Lesson 8, where we're looking at quality score. We're going to get into some technical stuff in this one, so hold tight, it's going to be interesting, but I think you might be surprised by what you're about to learn. So just a quick recap. We now have a good testing plan in place. We have a goal horizon, we have a goal origin, we know our momentum, we know how we're progressing. We know how to take our actions, whether we're expanding the account, whether we're improving our ROI, or whether we're evolving the account structure. We know what we're doing. We have a plan. That plan should take care of 95% of all the changes that you want to make. We're going to mention quality score now because it's common in AdWords. You'll hear it talked about an awful lot. I want you to understand it, understand the impact, and I'm going to show you how to treat it. So first of all, what is quality score? Quality score is a number from 1 to 10 that's shown alongside every keyword in your account in the user interface, and it's an estimate of the quality of the combination of ad, keyword, landing page. It's Google's calculation of how it thinks that keyword to that ad, that landing page is going to perform relative to your competitors. And whenever a user does a search on Google that one of your keywords is triggered for or could trigger for, quality score is recalculated in real time. So it's done in a fraction of a second, there and then, as that user does that search. And you can see it in AdWords at keyword level. So let's just have a quick look at the interface. So you can see it here, quality score shown at keyword level. You can't see quality score at a campaign or account level, only at keyword level. So that's where you'll see it. If you're looking for, if it's not shown by default, come into columns, modify columns, in attributes, you'll find it there. It's already added, is quality score. Okay. So, how is it calculated? First thing, nobody actually knows. The calculation is not public. Anybody who claims to know is working on inference and assumption. They are not working on facts, other than Google have confirmed some of the ranking factors. If you look at Google documentation, they confirm some of the factors, and I've listed them on the page. They do not confirm the calculation anywhere. So, ad click-through rate, past click-through rate, and estimated live click-through rate. So how they think that ad's going to perform here and now, and how it's performed in the past. The display URL click-through rate, that's a really interesting one. Who would have thought that the display URL as a standalone item would be relevant? But it is. They consider that in how that display URL is performed historically. They look at the landing page quality. They look at the ad text and its relevance to the search term as it's being searched right now. They look at where the user is performing that search from and compare that to other users in the same area for past searches where your keyword's triggered, and the type of device they're doing it on. So there's a lot of factors going into this. It's continually evolving, it's forever changing, and that will continue. The key thing here is understand the behaviours and the things that are in there. Now, why do we even care about quality score? We care about it because a higher quality score leads to lower cost per clicks. And if you have a historically low quality score, when you add a new keyword into your account, that will start from a lower starting point in Google than if you have a higher performing history. So imagine if your average across all your ads, your keywords previously was 7 out of 10. When you add a new keyword in, Google will start you with a 7. If your average was 3 before, you'll start with a 3. Now that correlation might not be 1-to-1, but that's the kind of directional impact that it will have. So the key thing is, the better your quality score, the better your starting point for new keywords coming onto your campaign. So we know what it is, we know what its impact is, and don't underestimate the impact in terms of cost. Cost per click for a 10 out of 10 compared to a 1 out of 10 can be changed by a factor of 12. It can have a huge, huge financial impact. So, that said, how do we manage quality score? I have a very different perspective to many account managers on this. I say don't manage quality score. Manage your goal objective. If you manage to the things that matter for you in your business, and you're doing the right things, so you're improving click-through rates, you're improving conversion rates, you're eliminating waste, you're expanding properly, you are already doing all the things that are factored into quality score calculations anyway. So manage those, because you can manage those directly. You know, if you've got a conversion rate problem, you can improve your landing page. If you've got a click-through rate problem, you can improve your ad. If it's a keyword problem and lots of negative, you can add more negatives, you can change your targeting. All of those will feed into quality score. But it's a lagging indicator. Quality score will follow as an outcome of all the actions that you're taking elsewhere in your account to manage it. If you obsess over quality score, you can't directly drive quality score. I refer to managing, if you manage by quality score, it's like driving by trying to get to somewhere whilst looking in the rearview mirror. All you know is where you've been. It doesn't show you where you're going. So manage for your objectives. So let's have a quick look how to do this. If you've done everything else we said right in the previous 2 sessions in particular, where we looked at account evolution and we looked at account optimization for return, you will have covered 90% of this. As a final check, and that's all this is, come into your AdWords account, come into all campaigns, sort by quality score, click it twice so you get it in reverse order, and look for those that are a problem. Anything less than 5 I'm unhappy with and I'm interested in looking at. Clearly here, what you're going to do is exactly the same actions as we did before. Either move them somewhere more appropriate or pause them. That's the only 2 options for a low performing quality score. Move them to a better ad group, create new ads, or pause them. But we've already covered that in the previous section. You will most likely already have done this. This is a final check. So we've done it for the right reasons for our business. We're using this as a last check just before we move on. So that's quality score. You will hear lots of people get so hung up about it. As I say, it's not the right thing to focus on. Focus on your goals and your objectives. Quality score will follow. So if you haven't caught it already, dive into your account, go into all campaigns, look at the keywords, and do a quick sort on them by quality score. See if there's anything you have missed. And if there is, follow through in the same way as we did previously. So that's your strategic optimization plan taken care of. Feels good, doesn't it? To know that you have a plan that will take your campaigns all the way from creation to a strategic business asset. Now, not only will this put you ahead of your competition, you will now have a better understanding than many agencies have. So coming up in Module 7, we're going to put the icing on the cake and add a 20% performance boost to your campaign with a sophisticated remarketing strategy. And don't worry, if you don't know what remarketing means, everything will be made clear.